Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I am doing a recreation of the makeup I wore on my wedding day. I started with the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown to be my moisturizer, and then I'm going in with Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector highlighter in Moonstone. So I like to use this because it does leave a really nice glow under my skin. And for my eyebrows, I am doing a alternative to the soap brows. So I'm using Got To Be Glued spiking wax to see how that works. It was kind of an experiment and I liked it, except for the fact that it made my brush quite sticky afterwards. To fill in my brows, I am using the color Auburn out of my Anastasia brow palette. And as you know, brows take a little bit of time to do. So this is not the outfit I wore on my wedding day, but these are the earrings that I wore. And I got married last year. I had my makeup done by somebody else, and I'm really happy that I did that because I think I would have been too nervous to do it myself. So I am now carving out my eyebrows, and I'm using the BAE concealer. This is something you saw me use in my Hema video. I really like this concealer. It is the perfect consistency of not being too cakey and not being too creamy. Another thing, I think that I just happened to hit the mark in terms of the color and my skin tone. So just carving them out. And then next I am priming my eyelids with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And then today I'm using the Huda palette, the Nude Collection. So I'm using a lot of different colors here, and I'm going in with the first color as a highlight, which is Bare, and then going over the majority of my eyelid with the color Play. So I am going to be doing a lot of blending and using the colors over again. And this is really just to create like a gradient, and yeah, this is kind of what you have to do to create a really soft, blended, nice looking eyeshadow. So right now I'm still using the color Secret, and I am now taking in a darker color, which is called Raw. So again, just building in that gradient and doing a lot of blending. This is a clean blending brush that I'm using to just blend things together. And next I'm going in with Tease, and again, this is a slightly darker color. So I've actually just picked up my Soft Glam palette and picked up the color Cypress Umber to give it a little bit of brown, and then going right back into the Huda palette using the color Raw. You can see it's starting to get a little bit darker, and then after this I'm going to go into the color Noir by Anastasia. I did want it to be quite dark in the corner, so that's why I did pick up a black, but I didn't do a lot. And then I'm just going to do a lot of blending. Once I get it blended to how I want it to look like, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up some more colors from the Huda palette. So this one is Tickle, and I'm going on top of it because I really don't want it to look too harsh. All right, wine break. And now I am going in to do some carving. So this is the concealed color. It's actually a concealer that they have in that palette. So I've used that to create a base for this shimmery color, and this is Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay. This is a kind of like a shimmering foiled eyeshadow, and I'm packing it on. And then after that, I am using Daydream by Huda, and I'm using it with my finger because I find that for the foiled eyeshadows, it works much better to use my finger. So I'm doing that as a gradient, and then as you can see, I'm picking up a darker foiled eyeshadow, and I'm just doing it over the edge. And that's, again, it's to create a gradient. And then going back in with another Huda color, I think that was Raw. So now I'm cleaning up with Garnier Micellar Water, and I really do love this particular micellar water. I think it works the best. Onto primer. I am just doing a primer, as you can see, on my nose, my cheeks, and my forehead. This is Tarte's Timeless Smoothing Primer. I'm going in with Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Foundation. I love this foundation. I would wear it on my wedding day if I were to, do that again. Under my eyes, I am doing the Becca's Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is what I use instead of a concealer because I find that it gives a really nice brightening effect and prevents me from putting too much product on there. So going in with the HD powder by Makeup Forever now, just to set everything. It's really kind of ultra milled or finely milled and kind of sets everything, makes it nice and blurred. So I'm going in right now with the, I think this is the Laura Mercier Glow powder, translucent powder, and I'm just kind of doing a very fine highlight. This is a very, very subtle highlight. I kind of just use it as a base. So as you can see, it's super subtle. And now I'm doing the under eyes just to create a little bit of a shadow under there, just using the colors back from the Huda palette. Nothing too crazy. Okay, now I'm lining my eyes, and I'm actually tight lining them. I'm using a flat line brush and Inglot's gel liner in black. I love this stuff, and I love applying it this way. Just, it's super fast, super quick, and I think that it sits well. All right, going into the inner corner of my eyes, I am using the Sugar Rush by Makeup Geek, and this is just to create a nice little highlight in there. And then putting a little bit underneath my eyes too. All right, I am going to bake now. So first I'm going to set up my contour, and I use quite a dark contour for my skin tone. As you can see, I'm quite pale, but I use one of the darker colors in the Anastasia contour palette, and this is just because I blend it out, and I don't think that you should be afraid of using dark contour colors when when you have paler skin. And I'm doing the Scott Barnes trick, doing it under my eyes, doing a little bit around my forehead, and then I'm going to go in and contour my nose. As you can see in a second, when I contour my nose, I only contour the tip. So I don't really contour the middle, and that's because I have a thin nose in the middle and then, slightly larger at the end. So that's where I'm going to do my contouring, and then I just do a little bit at the top. But as you can see, I'll leave the center empty. I'm going to contour my jawline. Like I said, I would not do this on a daily basis, but if this, were my wedding day again, or a special event, and I really just want to create that contrast, then yeah, I'm going to go ahead and contour my jawline. So now we go in with the blending, and in a second, you're going to see some cheekbones appear. And this is why I love to contour, because it gives the illusion of having sharper cheekbones. Okay, going into the baking part, I am using the Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. This is an old powder. I mean, it's like about maybe 8 months old. The expiration said 6 months. And when I use it, it doesn't have that cooling effect anymore, but I think that it still works really well as a bake. It has a really nice tone for my skin. Like it's this soft, like almost with a little bit of pink in it, not too much yellow. And I think that works well because of my undertones. I'm a redhead, and I have like, I don't know, I feel like I have a combination of both yellow and pink. Probably more of a peach undertone, which it can be hard to find powders for. I did a little bit of baking under my eyes, and then I quickly decided, as you can see, that I didn't want to keep it under there. I have mixed feelings about baking under the eyes. I think that sometimes it can look good, and then other times it can make me look about 20 years older. So I I like to bake on people that are younger, that have no wrinkles under their eyes. But when you have wrinkles under your eyes, sometimes it can accentuate that. So as you can see, I'm like, you know, maybe not. I'll take that off. But I'm definitely gonna keep the bake on my cheeks for a while. All right, curling my eyelashes. This is just a random eyelash curler I got from TJ Maxx, but it works pretty well. And then for mascara, I picked up the Velvet Noir Major Volume from Marc Jacobs at Sephora the other day. And yeah, this looks pretty good. As you can see, my eyelashes are starting to become visible because I have very light eyelashes, and of course, checking myself out in my phone. All right, I just put on my eyelashes. This is from House of Lashes. It's the Sephora brand, and the brand or the line is the Azalea one. I like these. They're quite soft. They don't look too unnatural, and I would use these on a bride for sure. Okay, now I'm doing a little bit of highlighting. I'm using the BAE concealer by Hema again, just to create a little bit of brightness in the center of my face, and going in with the world's smallest beauty blender to mix that up, or to blend that out. I'm going to do a little bit more contouring, and I am using a Makeup Forever little contour palette, and this is in the shade S11. I love the shade for my pale skin because it's very taupey. It's not very orange, and when you have pale skin, you have to make sure that the contour you're using is not too orange, otherwise it does not look good. We are trying to create a shadow, and so shadows are not orange, they're more taupey. All right, blush time. This is my favorite blush right now. This is the Too Faced blush, and I actually don't remember the exact name of the color. There's 3 of them, and this is more of the peachy one. And this is my first time actually liking a blush with shimmer in it. I think it's beautiful. And on top of it, I'm just putting a little bit of my tried and true Bobbi Brown in Pale Pink. I have literally had this blush for like maybe 10 years. As you can see, it's panned quite a bit. All right, going in all over my face with a little bit of the Laura Mercier Glow Translucent Powder. And again, I would not do this on a daily basis, but if this were my wedding day, I really want my whole face to sort of just glow in the pictures. Now it's time for highlight. I'm going in with the Pro Light Fusion Luminizer by Makeup Forever, and starting off with the high points of my cheek, and then going around eyebrows, on my nose, and as you can see, I'm going to go in the center of my nose too. This is a really nice highlighter. I like it. I think it's kind of universal. Can work on lighter skin tones, on medium skin tones. And now bringing in the big guns. This is Fenty's Diamond Bomb. I love this stuff. It's not your everyday highlighter though. So I'm just sort of packing it on with my finger and not a brush. For my lips, I'm using a Catrice Velvet Matte Liner in From Rage to Roses. I think this is like the perfect color for bridal. It's a soft pink, but it's not too nude, so it creates a really nice base. So I'm just filling in my lips and sort of overlining them, but not too much. I want it to still look really natural. And then I realized I forgot bronzer. So I am going in with an orangey bronzer. This is Butter Bronzer, and this is in the shade Light. Just kind of going everywhere just to create a little bit more of color on my face. For my lipstick, I'm using Faux by MAC. I think this is an amazing color for brides. I also think it's quite universal, most especially for lighter to medium skin tones. And then for my lip gloss, I love this stuff. I just found it. It's actually by Essence. I think it was like $3, and it's their High Shine lip gloss. And I I swear it covers all of your lip wrinkles. Like I put it on and then I was like, oh, all my fine lines are gone. And finishing up with the All Nighter Spray by Urban Decay. And now we have the final look. So quite natural. Yeah, I did use a lot of products, but I did want to have an overall sort of natural, glowy look with some nice eyeshadow. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. I post at least one video every week, so if you want to see what's next, please subscribe and ring the bell so you can be notified of my next video. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.